morning, Glen Springs Tigers!
Today is Thursday, February 16th, 2023.
And today we are following our yellow schedule for specials. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we will be your two news anchors for today's news. This is Lucy Majeko.
And this is Adrian Huggins. The character trait for the month of February is responsibility. You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is something you are in charge of. Jim Rohn.
I really like that. Today is the 16th month of Black History Month. Black History Month was created to focus attention on the contributions of African Americans to the United States. So each day of this month, we will learn about an important piece of Black history. Today we will learn about Ida B. Wells.
Ida B. Wells Barnett was a writer and public speaker in the United States during the late 1800s and early 1900s. She was a school teacher and an activist who wrote about segregation and other injustices she saw and experienced while living in Memphis, Tennessee.
Her desire for education and equality led to her being known as a famous journalist, outspoken political commentator, and an activist in the anti-lynching movement in the 1890s. Ida's ideas were expressed in a time when women did not speak up, and people who are not used to having a Black woman as an independent leader.
Let's learn a little bit more about Ida B. Wells.
Are you an investigative journalist?
Well, that's one of the things I'm known for. I'm Ida B. Wells. I'm a journalist and a speaker. Welcome to Chicago in 1894.
Oh, wow. I think I heard your name in my history class, Miss Wells. I'm Layla, and this is my brother Leo.
Layla has to write an editorial for a school newspaper about investigative journalism.
Do you think you could help me with it?
Sure thing. Investigating to find the truth and then writing about my findings are my life's biggest passions.
Will you tell us about your life and your writing?
I'd be happy to. I was born in Mississippi in 1862, and just like my parents, I was born a slave. I had to endure a lot of hardships growing up in the South during Reconstruction. But I worked hard, made good choices, and managed to become the co-owner and editor of a newspaper in Memphis, Tennessee.
So that's where you did investigative journalism?
That's right. One of the things I always say is, the way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. That's why I called my newspaper the Free Speech and Headlight. Investigative journalism is all about finding the truth and writing about it. Freedom of information will help make America and the world a better place for all of us.
What did you write about?
I continue to write about the many injustices Black people in the South are going through, even after they were freed from slavery, such as horrible acts of violence against Black men called lynching.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad.
It's downright evil. Sometimes the white people in a community in the South accuse a Black man of a crime. Then, without any kind of trial, they form a mob and kill him. The local authorities usually let them get away with it. That's what lynching is.
That's just awful.
Yes, it is. But I've been researching and interviewing witnesses to the crimes, and because we have freedom of the press in America, I've been able to write about it. People in America and all over the world read what I write, and now they are organizing to try and stop lynching.
So if you hadn't done all of that investigating, and we didn't have freedom of the press, maybe no one would have known what was going on.
That's true. Our rights like freedom of the press, freedom of speech, and of assembly are so precious because they ensure our ability to speak out against injustice. I always fought against injustice, even after people broke into the free speech and headlight offices, burned my printing presses, and drove me from Memphis. I moved north to New York and Chicago, and I keep on writing and speaking.
You're very brave, Miss Wells.
Thank you. But my writing is just one of the things I do to help Black people gain their full rights in America.
What else did you do?
Back in 1884, I was on a train and the conductors tried to make me move from the first-class ladies' car to the smoking car just because of the color of my skin. I refused to give up my seat, so the conductors dragged me away to the smoking car.
Wow, you did that back in 1884?
That story doesn't end there. I was so upset about that kind of treatment that I wrote articles about it and sued the railroad. I won the lawsuit at first, but the Tennessee Supreme Court reversed the ruling.
That doesn't sound fair to me.
Me either, but I've continued writing and working to try and get Black people all the rights they deserve as Americans. I investigate, I write, and I get my work published, even though there are a lot of people who didn't want to hear what I had to say.
I get it now.
What's that?
When reporters like Miss Wells work hard to expose bad things that are going on, they're using our constitutional right of free speech and a free press. Lots of people might be made uncomfortable by what a brave and honest reporter exposes, but like we've learned today,
The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them.
That's exactly right.
thanks, Miss Wells. I'm going to write my editorial about you and why the kind of reporting you did is so important.
Happy to help.
Wow, can you believe how brave she was?
Yeah, and her bravery made a huge impact on American history.
For lunch today, you have your choice of crispy baked chicken with mini cornbread, grilled cheese, or cranberry fresh salad.
Your options for sides are steamed green beans, scalloped potatoes, mixed berry and lemon swirl frozen cup, cherry swirl frozen fruit cup, and fresh fruit.
Happy birthday to
Nobody. A reminder from Coach. Morning Mile is on the back field from 7:15 to 7:35. If you would like to go to Morning Mile, be sure to go to breakfast first. See you out there.
Let's take a pause and talk about our pause expectations.
P. Positive attitude.
A. Always be responsible.
W. Working together.
And S. Showing respect. Have you used your pause expectations yet today? It's never too late. And now a shout out from Miss Little. Thank you to Lucas Totten in 5th grade for cleaning up the trash in the back of the playground. I really appreciate you taking your time to keep our school nice and tidy.
And now another shout out from Miss Little to the 5th grade girls. You know who you are, that I chatted with on the playground on Valentine's Day. I really enjoyed talking with you. Thank you for including me.
Oh, that's super sweet. And now for our joke of the day. What do you call a cute door?
I don't know.
Adorable. If you would like your favorite joke to be featured on the morning announcements, please stop by the Media Center to submit your joke in writing to Miss Dew for consideration. Have a top-notch Thursday, Glen Springs Tigers!